Welcome back, friends, to another thru-hike. And this one, well, it's a special one.
Very excited.
Another alpine adventure, this time through the fantastic Écrins mountain range. Remote, rugged and unspoiled. The GR54, sometimes called the Tour de Écrins, is one of the most beautiful hikes in the Alps. It's 193 kilometres with a thigh-burning 12,000 metres of ascent and descent, and it crosses 14 magnificent mountain passes. Most people take 8 to 12 days to walk it, and it's usually done clockwise. So do join us again for more mountains, marmots, storms, sunshine, and a fair bit of wild camping. Day 1 starts right here in the French town of Bourg-d'Oisans. So let's go.
See you in 10 days, maybe 11. Tour of the Écrins.
The GR54 officially starts and finishes at the Tourist Information Centre in Bourg-d'Oisans before crossing the bridge out of town. Not the most glamorous of trailheads, but don't worry, the mountains are waiting.
Let's go. Over the bridge. Well, that's the bridge heading out of town in front of us, which is actually it's the beginning of the Alps d'Huez if you're interested in cycling the route. And just before we head over that bridge, there's a supermarket. So you can stock up on any stuff that you need. Very excited. What about you, Dave? Are you very excited?
No, I am. Yeah.
Leaving the town proper. So we're heading to this La Garde over the bridge, which has a pretty nice view of the river. Now the route used to go through the campsite, which we're just about to walk to, but it's been changed after a dispute with the owner. So follow us.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life.
That's where the route used to go. It's now barred. Sarenne said it's private property.
Suivez noir. Suivez noir.
No clue what Sue said, but I'll do. This way. There's the EDF building, and across the other side of the road is a left turn, and we're going to follow it down there.
So don't start heading up the hairpins with the cyclists.
This is also the starting point for the iconic cycling climb of Alpe d'Huez. But we're not walking up those hairpins today.
This is the way.
So I think this just cuts off the zigzags, doesn't it? Red and white, which is the colour for the GR54.
Excuses were 2 for a penny.
And we reach La Garde. The smell of brakes as the cars go down the Alpe d'Huez.
Well, the sun's definitely over the yard arm now. To be honest, it was when we got up, but... And there is water en route. Just having a wee water break. Fill up again. Bassin de la Garde. De la Garde. Tip to remember when you're backpacking, never pick it up with one hand. Stand it on something and save your shoulders. Just in a little clearing on the way to Col de Sarenne. I've just been saying this one might make quite a nice little camp spot. Except there is a warning on one of the trees about the river rising very rapidly. So I guess if you do camp here, do so at your own risk.
First GR54 sign. Apologies for the strimming. Merge onto the road.
A bit foresty, Dave, to start with.
Yeah.
Get some views, no doubt, soon.
1,352 metres right now. So we've done about 500 metres.
In 6.7 kilometres.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of the trees now, and it's pretty, very pretty. Le Forêt de Maronne, Maronne. My useless pronunciation again, but anyway, this is where we are.
Apologies, we'll be butchering place names all week.
And there's another water opportunity just before the hotel.
Well, something's gotta give today.
It's obviously cyclist friendly. Always good to know if we ever decide to cycle up here, Dave. You never know.
Today, well, something's gotta give.
Good supply of water. We just topped up about 400 yards ago, but so far there's been an abundance of it.
Good to know. There's plenty of water.
It's a good day to live.
I'll have done more mileage than Dave now. Yet another one.
The GR54 passes to the right of the chapel, but we thought we'd take a look inside first. In addition to being a hiking trail, the Gorge de Sarenne also features the longest black piste in Europe, with a descent of 16 kilometres.
Having a little recap. I think we're about halfway through the first day, roughly 11k, according to the guidebook.
Col de Sarenne, that'll be our high point today. One short 2,000 metres, and then we drop to Clavans-Le-Bas.
Okay.
1365. Just passing the turn of the Via Ferrata Alps d'Huez.
Ah, you can see it. See it glinting in the sun. See it?
Maybe up this face here.
Yeah, it's up that gully.
Somewhere up there.
I think somebody's car has overheated. Seems like the perfect place to stop. So far so good. Weather's nice, surroundings are beautiful, and there's just a little tiny white fluffy cloud in the sky. There is rain forecast for later on. We'll just see how far we get. Well, the views are really starting to open up now. I don't know what those peaks are. Maybe we should do a peak guys. There's actual vehicles up here, Dave. Why have we slogged all our way up on foot?
There. Past them in the village.
Yeah, past them when we set off.
We're on the metal road. Climbing higher. 2k to the Col de Sarenne. Looking across the ski runs. And then the road ahead of us. just walked up there, and there's the Col de Sarenne sign. There's the Refuge just off to the left. Looks like it's serving food and beverages.
From this charming refuge, where incidentally we bought some lovely fresh goat's cheese at a very reasonable price, there's a jaw-dropping view of the snow-capped La Meige, which we'll be seeing a lot more of.
Wind's really blowing on the Col. That's where we're headed down to.
Well, wouldn't you know it, we're actually at the top of a cycling col. A decent composting toilet. I'd be a bit worried someone would look in and see me. And we're heading off down the road. Tarmac, Dave, can you believe it? Tarmac. We've been overtaken by 1 million yellow cyclists today. Quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Which was completely unexpected. Obviously they were heading for this col. Anyway, they've all gone now. Whizzed away down with this wind. A few more Ks yet. About 4k. Find somewhere sheltered to put the tent up. Might be a challenge at the moment.
Our descent. Certainly some wild place to cycle. Reach Clavans-Le-Haut.
Which way's pointing? Is it up that way? Or is it
Down here, I think.
Clavans-Le-Bas. Clavans-Le-Bas. Well, this is officially the end of day one, isn't it? If you're doing it on most itineraries, this is the first camp. We're not sure what's here yet, but we're going to fill up with water and then try and find a pitch.
In the end, we surrendered to a sloping patch of ground as the first fat raindrops fell and thunder rolled in the distance.
Well, we've made a little bit of a hasty camp tonight, haven't we?
Indeed.
We've got that tent up pretty damn quick. It's raining and it's sunny at the same time. It's very hot in here. Let's have a look at the view, shall we?
So that's day one of the GR54 done.
There it is. Happy with it?
Grand enough for me.
A long climb out of Bourg-d'Oisans, rewarded with big views, and rounded off with a slightly sloping tent pitch in the rain. Classic start.
Well, it's a good job we got in when we did.
It is.
Don't know if you can hear that, but there's a thunderstorm. You look very relaxed over there.
Tomorrow, we head higher, crossing our first real mountain pass of the trek.
A bit chilly though.
Camping chaos.
And if the weather plays nice, we should finally get a proper taste of the Écrins in all their glory.
When the going gets tough, life gets going.
To Lac Noir. Unfortunately today is very black.
Well, it just keeps getting better, doesn't it? What are you doing, Dave?
Shall I pull back the flaps?
See you there.